Praise the Lord. God is good. God is great. Jesus alive and well. Ladies and gentlemen and boys and girls, call a familiar face. Call all the folks you know, from your family and relatives to your friends, your classmates, your roommates, your significant others, your spouses, and everyone else. From friends, amigos, comrades, compadres, to your frenemies and enemies. Tell them that your boy is doing his YouTube CVS station identification. No, it is not. The Pharmacy, its channel vlog show, known as WEML-TV, Channel 77. And now here is your host of the show, where there's ordinary and there's him. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Eric M. Lima. Thank you very much for that wonderful, lovely intro, Mr. Announcer. Hey, Eric Lima here, coming at you with another episode of WEML-TV, Channel 77, episode number 731. It is November the 16th, 2021, 10:19 p.m. Just finished watching NXT 2.0. Really excited. I'll tell you what, NXT 2.0 has been very exciting. It's starting to kick up a notch a little bit. And the WWE is pushing trying to push for NXT 2.0 to go to the TV 14 rating. USA Network is not opposed to it, so that could mean bigger storylines for NXT. And the road to WarGames begins, and I will explain why in just a moment. I'll explain why throughout this whole video. And I'm telling you something right now. You're talking about Survivor Series being around the corner for the WWE. A lot of mystery about who's going to be filling in those two spots for the SmackDown women's and men's team, when we were finding out this Friday night and beforehand. And we still got NXT UK. Now, a little note for our friends, for those who have the Peacock network, the premium that runs the WWE network. NXT UK is now moving to 4 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. Not in the States, not 3 p.m. So I gotta bear that in mind when I decide to watch NXT UK this coming Thursday. So it'll be very interesting to see what happens here. So that's, if you see it delayed at 3, don't get upset, don't be frustrated, because it is going to be 4 o'clock instead of 3 o'clock. So, and let's go to the NXT state side, and it seems like to me we got a lot of craziness going down. To kick it off, Tony D'Angelo went one-on-one with Dexter Lumis after D'Angelo sent a dead fish to Indy Hartwell, aka Mrs. Loomis. But then Dexter Lumis, as he entered the ring against D'Angelo, got a picture of his own, got a picture that he painted of his own. You know, Dexter Lumis doesn't say much because as an artist, he believes in the picture's worth 1,000 words. And he did a picture of Tony D'Angelo and he draws him to bed, and there's some fishes around. Hence the term sleeping with the fishes. But thanks to a thumb to the eye during the matchup, D'Angelo did pick up the victory over Loomis, and then Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams attacked Loomis from behind, injuring his right arm. Gargano came to his aid and chasing Hayes and Williams out, and then Gargano calls out Carmelo Hayes because now you made it string personal, more than just the title. Pete Dunne interrupts Gargano, says, you already had your chance, you had your shot, I pinned him in the matchup. And now Gargano will say, yeah, but this is personal, you'll get your shot at the title. So, and then Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams interrupt both men and said, hey, how about this? We make this thing a triple threat match. And so Gargano and Dunn both fine, let's get it done. So that match will happen next week. Malcolm Bivens, the manager of Diamond Mine, cut a promo about their 6-man tag team match coming up. And then Joe Gacy had the gall to interrupt them, and he talked about inclusiveness and all that again. And Malcolm Bivens says $837.50 to train and join up. No refunds, and hands him a business card. And Joe Gacy takes his guns. That's fine. That's what I like. Then LA Knight cut a promo about, about him being the best, and he addresses Grayson Waller. Grayson Waller been all over the place, man. Let me tell you, this is going to be something else for NXT 2.0. And then 6-man tag team action. Odyssey Jones and Jacket Time goes in a 6-man tag against the Diamond Mine team of the Cruiserweight champ Roderick Strong and the Creed brothers. And miraculously, consider this an upset, Odyssey Jones and Jacket Time, teaming up for the first time, did end up winning the matchup, which considers an upset, and it seems like Diamond Mine is not going to be very happy. Malcolm Bevins is beside himself. And then the Grizzly Young Veterans had an unmitigated gall to steal the women's tag team titles, and decided to talk to Zach Gibson's Nan about them being champions. What in the world are Grizzly Young Veterans doing? They are nuts in the head, let me tell you. And then MSK was looking for their shaman guru at the airport, and then took separate flights to find him. And he says he's a master tag team wrestling. Who can that be? I'm trying to think in my mind who's good at tag team. Who is the guru that they're referring to? I figured shaman, he figured John Morrison, shaman of sexy, that could be the guy, John Morrison with MSK would not be a bad team, but still, they gotta find him. They gotta find this guy. And then Andre Jason went one-on-one with Zion Quinn, and Zion Quinn decided to beat the stuffing out of him. And then Raul Mendoza and Joaquin Wilde from Legado del Fantasma attacks Quinn from behind after the match. And then Santos Escobar finally returns to get joined. And then as they were holding him, Elektra Lopez gets into his face and said, "No one says no" to Elektra Lopez. As beautiful as Elektra Lopez is, I wouldn't say no to her either. Unfortunately, she's married in real life, so gotta say no, But then Zion Quinn got knocked out. And then Mackenzie Mitchell interviewed Raquel Gonzalez about her match against Dakota Kai as the main event. Raquel Gonzalez says she hopes to put this one to rest. And then they had a poker showdown, No Limit Texas Hold'em. Cameron Grimes goes one-on-one with Duke Hudson in this situation. And they decided to do like the World Series of Poker and we see on TV, and that's exactly what they did. Duke Hudson had a 3 of a kind with 3 5s. And a king free flush for, Cameron Grimes. Cameron Grimes was playing mind games to the point where you ain't going to get me this time. I'm bluffing. I'm fold. I'm folding. Cameron Grimes outsmarted Duke Hudson again, bluffed him, and then that made Duke Hudson incensed, attacking Cameron Grimes, puts him through that casino table. Not only that, grabs a pair of scissors, cuts some of his hair and his beard. And it seems to me, Cameron, this war. You talk about war games. This will start war games. Let me tell you. And then Von Wagner was getting ready for his tag matchup against Kyle O'Reilly against Josh Briggs and Brooks Jensen. Kyle O'Reilly said, "Hey, this Mr. bodyguard for Adam Pearce on SmackDown. So I go on SmackDown." He said, "Let's not worry about that. Let's worry about our match tonight." And Von Wagner says, "Let's go." So the two fought. Both teams fought, and Von Wagner and Kyle O'Reilly did pick up the victory over Josh Briggs and Brooks Jensen. And then Imperium was watching the match and saying they're very good. But Marcel Bartel says they're not on our level. Eichner agrees, and they said, well, they're not on our level just yet. I think it'll be a matter of time. Imperium challenges Wagner and O'Reilly. We'll see what happens. Indy Hartwell and Persia Parada was supposed to get ready for a tag matchup, but Indy Hartwell was worried about Dexter Lumis getting hurt, getting checked on, and then Persia Parada goes, "You know what, dude? I got this. Go see your wife." So that's what happens. And then there's Lashing Out with Lash Legend, and Lash Legend talked a little bit about Kaylee Ray after she walked by Toxic Attraction. This ought to be interesting, to say the least. And then Grayson Waller interrupted Lash Legend. I'll spill some tea. She said, he's talking about LA Knight. Then he's addressed Tommaso Ciampa. I think Waller says he's sick and tired of it. He's sick and tired of the veterans, work hard is how many followers you get and everything else, going by what social media says. And that prompts a match next week. Tommaso Ciampa one-on-one with Grayson Waller. The title is not on the line. Then there was then it turned into a handicap match. Persia Pirotta against Gabby Stevens and Jenna Levy, and Pirotta did win after doing the Ryback style drop on both ladies. That's how impressive she is. But Robert Stone was watching. Is he trying to find his new version of Frankie Monet? After Aaliyah went to SmackDown, Jessica May suffering an injury, but also Frankie Monet is gone from NXT now, and being released. So I think Robert Stone's trying to find a new client. Could Persia Pirotta be the lady Stone's been looking for? We will see. We will find out about that. And then Mackenzie Mitchell interviewed Dakota Kai about the matchup against Raquel Gonzalez. Toxic Attraction confronts her. Kai says, "You owe me one." And then the Grizzly Veterans find Toxic Attraction. They give him back the tag team titles. And I'm like, oh boy. And they said, Grizzly Young Veterans, what the heck? Tommaso Ciampa's about to cut a promo about the locker room. He said, I'm going to dress it in the ring. He dresses it in the ring. He says he was tired of Grayson Waller running his mouth and all that. And then Braun Breaker, before that, Casey Catanzaro and King Carter cut a promo about being life to party and being yourself is very important. They want to bring that to NXT. But then Ciampa comes out to the ring, addresses the locker room. Carmelo Hayes, Grayson Waller, addressed both gentlemen. And then Braun Breaker comes out and says, you know what, I'm not going to rest till I take that title. And he said, then Grayson Waller, Tommaso Ciampa said a little familiar lines. You got 33 and a third chance of winning. I was like, ooh, little Steiner math promo. I think that promo is legendary in wrestling no matter what organization you're from, whether you're from the WWE, AEW, Impact, which started that promo, and Ring of Honor and NWA, man. That reference goes a long way. And the NXT universe did get that joke. Then they had the main event. And Tamira Mensah's stock was in attendance to watch, and Raquel Gonzalez will acknowledge her by a point. And these two went at it, and then the shovel, came into play. But just before Raquel Gonzalez got a chance to use it, and with an exposed turnbuckle at the bottom there, Toxic Attraction came in and attacked Gonzalez, giving Gonzalez the win by disqualification. And as they were attacking Gonzalez, Cora Jade gets involved, starts clobbering Toxic Attraction with her skateboard. And then Zoe Stark arrived on crutches. But the genius of the sky, Io Shirai, got involved in that matchup and started clobbering everybody with one of Zoe's crutches. And Shirai went after Mandy Rose. But then, before the night ended, Io Shirai uttered the two famous words we've been wanting to hear. Regal did it a couple of years ago. And we're doing it here. WarGames! It seems like Toxic Attraction and Dakota Kai could join forces against Raquel Gonzalez, Cora Jade, and Io Shirai. Could Zoe Stark be a possibility to ready to go for that? Or could Kaylee Ray get involved? Interesting situation. I know Kaylee Ray did walk by Toxic Attraction last week, so this ought to be an interesting thing. I like. And Io Shirai and WarGames, Io Shirai reminds me of Lita, a lot of Lita. I got, Lita vibes with her risk-taking and all. Gotta respect Io Shirai. Everybody loves Io, and that's totally awesome. So, that's all the time we have on this show. Episode 731, NXT 2.0 Event Center for November 16, 2021. I'm Eric Lima, and I will see you in the next episode of 732. Tomorrow is Dynamite, AEW Dynamite. We'll watch that. And not only that, Tomorrow's Whammy Mania Wednesday. I got a 2019 title to defend, and I'm going to try to capture the 80s title. So we'll see what happens tomorrow after work. After I get out of work again tomorrow. Like I said, we're nearing the holiday season. A week from this Thursday is Thanksgiving. Holy mackerel already. All right, so I will see you guys later. Until the next episode this is my last episode for tonight. Until tomorrow, until the next episode, I wish you the peace. I wish you the love and all the blessings to all of you. All right, I will see you. Have a good night, everybody.